Hi, this is Chris Jarvis at Acrylic Pixel, and this is the top 5 things wrong with Dark Souls 2. So just before I get into these top 5 things wrong with Dark Souls 2, I wanted to say that it's actually a really good game. Everyone's been raving about it. There's not many people that have got much hate for it at all, really, as far as I can see. It's a hardcore gamer game, and so the hardcore gamers are really liking this. I suspect this video might attract some hate because it's saying what's wrong with it. I'm not saying that it's very bad things wrong with it, I'm just saying it's the top 5 things that's wrong with it, and if they change these things that it would be even better, more accessible to more people, and possibly go down in history as one of the greatest RPGs at the moment, really. So at number 5, it's unknown items. Early on in the game you get lots of different twigs and sprigs and flowers and balls and gems and things, and you get an item description of what they do, but you don't actually know what they do, you don't know when you'll be able to use it, what you'll be able to use it for, and in the context of what you actually got there and then in the game, it's just confusing. And why have I got this twig? What am I going to do with this twig? Am I going to keep this twig and use it later on? The item description says something that I can't really comprehend, and it's got nothing to do with what I'm doing in the game at the moment. So at number 4, it's an RPG staple, it's comparing items in shops. When you visit traders or blacksmiths, you should be able to see what equipment you've got and what you want to buy and compare the stats. It's just jarring because otherwise what you have to do is back out of the shop. They'll say something, oh, I do hope you come back again soon, and then you've got to open up your items and then you've got to memorize the numbers, and that's just ridiculous. You would literally be like, is this, and this is what I've got, is it better? Yes or no. But you can't do this in Dark Souls 2. So at number 3, it's health bar. Those of you that have played the game know that every time you die, your hit points reduce, up until a maximum amount, which is 50%. Then it won't be able to reduce anymore. At this stage, your character will look like it's falling apart at the bone. What happens in reality is that you spend roughly about 90% of your time looking like a zombie, and you have to use human effigies to humanize yourself. I keep doing this way too much. And that restores your hit points. Doesn't restore the actual health though that you've got. This isn't good because I don't want to look at a zombie playing a game. And also it's hard. Ramp up the difficulty later in the game, maybe introduce this as a mechanic later on, ramp up the difficulty then when you've already got the players hooked on the game, and it'll be challenging and rewarding rather than frustrating and difficult. At number 3, it's rubbish tutorial. Basically, Dark Souls 2 has a really rubbish tutorial. You, for some reason, have to walk around on these teeny tiny little paths that you're going to fall off time and time again because you've not played the game and you're getting used to the controls. And the jump button's kind of rubbish as well, for that matter. But yeah, you've got to work your way through this fog, and it's just, you've got to read these signposts. It's kind of boring, and you've got these zombies, and they're actually really low-level zombies you've got to kill, but it's still really hard because it's a really hard game. I don't know, maybe work the tutorial into the game, add a bit of narrative in with the tutorial. Maybe they could try explaining how to use bows and magic right at the beginning, rather than not at all. That's just a couple of suggestions to make it a little bit better. So number 1, it's just death. Yes, death. Dark Souls 2, you will die, there'll be lots of death. Now, the reason why it's wrong isn't so much that it's wrong, but it's wrong right at the beginning. I died so many times that I had to restart my player and try again, because I was burning human effigies like they were tic-tacs, and I didn't know what was going on, I didn't know the controls properly. You need time. Time for the player to adjust to the controls and get used to what's happening and figure out what things do. You need time to allow the players to be able to burn items off and replenish them again before the game gets more difficult, so that the players understand how important they are and hold on to them. Dark Souls 2 is just ramped up right from the beginning, and if it was explained that these are really important, don't use them so quickly, it would be a bit better, but it's not. It's just, oh, here you go, here's some things, go off and see what happens. And inevitably, a lot of people are going to really like that because it's new and different, but a lot of people, more people, will be put off by it and find it difficult. I'm only just starting to fall in love with this game. It's only just starting to get that reward element and that little, oh, that was good. At the minute it's just, oh, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Even if there were just some handrails at the tutorial that the little character could hold on to so he didn't fall off the edge, just at the beginning tutorial, just to give him a little bit of a break, that would be something. I wouldn't have died just so many times. I would have got a few more souls, I would have been able to level up a little bit quicker. People don't have enough time to get into the game, and leveling up takes a long, long time. The further into the game you get, leveling up is quicker because you're used to the controls. This is the wrong way round. You want it to be harder the further on in the game you go. You don't want it to be easier the further on you go. So tell me what you think of the video. Did I get it in the right order? Was there something I've missed out? Is anything wrong with Dark Souls 2 at all, or is it just an absolutely perfect game? I don't know. What do you think? Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and I'll see you soon. This is the wrong way. This is the wrong way round.